emphasis on special teams so far in fall camp under this staff?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, Coach Lorig knows what he's doing. We're working every phase. We're getting it in. It looks like, there's special teams every few, I don't know how to describe it, every few bits of practice, we'll have it integrated in some way. We'll throw field goals into some team situations. I assume we'll even probably start punting here soon in team situations. But yeah, even the first few minutes of practice, the practice you guys get to see, that first 5 minutes every day, we're working skills for returners, just ball skills, because that's so important. And one thing we always talk about is owning the ball and just keep maintaining possession. You can't do that unless you practice. So
talk about
every day.
Every day, like you just mentioned. Do you have a routine, a thing that you go through every day, just like that?
Oh, definitely. One thing I've really tried to work on is just the mental side of things, because that's so important. We had this mental performance coach come in. I guess Coach Lanning must have hired him, Corey Schaefer, and he's been awesome for me, just talking about pre-kick thoughts and what's going through my head before every kick. Make sure it's not too much, not too little. Just the right checks to have before I go on the field every time. I think that'll be super beneficial in games when everything moves in fast pace, fast motion. You need to find a way to bring your heart rate down, calm yourself down, and that's definitely something I've been working on and I've integrated in my routine is make sure I stick to my routine every time, because it's so easy to get caught up in the moment and lose yourself and do something you're not normally doing when you practice. So those checks in my head I have every single time. I do them every kick now, even when I'm kicking on the field by myself. I take my breaths a certain way. I mean, you've probably seen, there's always these pictures of me like with my chest out, because I'm just trying to put your body in a neutral state. And even when you're on the field by yourself, you need to make sure you're locking that in, so when you bring it out in odds and it's locked into your mind.
What are you telling yourself in your head before every kick? What's your mindset?
It's confidential. No, it's it's really little kicking keys and stuff. A big thing for me has always been eyes. You see some kickers when they're young, they kick the ball, and you'll see a picture of them making contact with the ball, and their eyes are up here looking at the field goal post while they're kicking it. It's like trying to throw a dart at a dartboard where you're looking over there. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense. So eyes on the ball, that's the one thing it sounds like the easiest thing to do in the world, but when your mind obviously wants to gravitate towards the result, it's so easy to put your head up and then you miss the kick now. So I get back in my stance, I take my deep breath, and then eyes. Lock it in, and then make sure my first step is the same consistency every time. And once I get that first step in, it's automatic. It just kind of follows suit, and I keep my eyes on the target, and then boom, it just works. But those checks, those keys, the things I say will change throughout time. If I'm maybe struggling with a certain mechanic or something, maybe I'm not following through the certain way I want to, those checks will change. Right now, it's first step in eyes. That's what it is for me right now. That's what I worked on with my coach over the summer. And I can guarantee you halfway through the season, if you ask me the same question, it'd be a completely different answer.
You often hear about kickers kind of having bonds on teams. They're usually away from the rest of the team, kind of doing their own thing. You guys brought in a lot of guys this year for competition. What's that relationship been like with you guys? You're out there kind of together a lot, but you're competing for this one job that you guys all want. So what's that been like?
Absolutely, it's a cool balance, because we are trying to take each other's spot, but at the same time, these guys got here a couple weeks ago and I'm already best friends with them. Two of the new guys moved into my apartment, so we're living together. That's been awesome. Just having the guys around and being together really all the time is, I think, a good thing. Even the guys I'm competing directly with, we were just upstairs. I don't know if you guys heard of Fall Guys. It's a game, but we play a lot of Fall Guys together when we have our spare time, and it just gets our mind away from football and just allows us to enjoy each other's company, and we really have become good friends. I think we got a really good group here.
What two moved in?
Alex Bales and Ross James, the two young guys, the kicker and punter. So yeah, but the other guys, we're always hanging out together. If we have a night off, we'll hang out at our place and just play Fall Guys or whatever. That's so important though, because it's so easy to build this horrible relationship with each other. I talked to you guys in the past about Henry. Henry's one of my best friends, and he beat me out. You know what I mean? I could have so easily been man, I don't want to be friends with this guy. But even to this day, we're texting each other every day, hey, how'd practice go? Because he's obviously at a different spot now, and we've always coached each other. Like even right now, like with the guys in the field, we'll go off on our own and kind of kick and just work on our thing on a separate field, and I'll kick one and make sure the other two guys are watching me. I'm like, tell me like what you would change about my swing, and whatever, they'll give me some advice, and I'll watch them and be like, and they'll say like, what would you change? So we're constantly trying to get each other better. You know, we all want the team to be as successful as possible, and if we have like beef in our room, like if the guy who is going out on that field at the end of the day isn't like ready to go, like we want this team to be successful. We want wins. Like we want the guy who goes on the field to be like confident, not feel like they're like, oh, I got these guys behind me who like hate me and they want me to miss this. Like, no, we're rooting for our teammates. Like, and if you're not, like, you're not here for the right reasons. Like, you should be rooting for your teammates no matter what. So, it sounds cliche, and it's like sounds like that's the thing you're supposed to say, but that's really, I think, how our room works. And I think we have a really, really good group of guys. Coach Lord's recruited some good dudes. That's one of the things he always says to us is he always has us meet the recruits before they come and be like, how are they as a person? He's like, he wants to make sure we're bringing in guys who are, you know, going to fit in and going to be a match. And I think we've been really successful with that with this recruiting class of specialists.
And do you want the kickoff job still, or do you think if it went elsewhere that it would help you in any way? I mean, it's a matter of preference. I mean,
oh, absolutely.
Some kickers who
absolutely, yeah.
rather just be place kickers.
I mean, I'd be the punter if I could. I'd be the holder. I'd be the snapper. Give me whatever I can do. I'll take it. Yeah, and we're all competing for every job. Coach Lord said every job's open. Field goal's open, kickoff's open, punt's open. No, we're not worrying about the past. Whoever wins the job in the camp is going to win the job.
No,
and that's how it should be.
I'm asking more of like, do you think that if you didn't have to do kickoffs, that would help you win kicks, or does it not correlate at all? Just the aspect.
I mean, I guess like logistically, maybe, but I want to do. If I'm the best kickoff guy, I want to be out there. Like if I do the best in kickoff and I'm the best guy to kick off, I want to be out there. If another guy's better than me in kickoff, he deserves to be out there. Like I want whoever's going to get the ball in the end zone, whoever's going to kick touchbacks, whoever's going to give our team the best chance to win, like should be on the field. But obviously, yeah, I'd want. If I could punt, I can't punt, but if I could, I'd be fighting for the job too. But I can't punt. So.
You mentioned how that's difficult. How is it that Boyle's able to, in your observation, where he obviously did kickoffs before, he punted when he was at Wazoo, and he's competing for the kicking job. So, what is it about that is either difficult, or how he's able to handle all three, or?
Yeah, he's really good at all three. I think that's something that is rare because the punt swing and the kickoff swing and the field goal swing are three different swings. And if you're able to master all three, that's super impressive. I can't punt. I think that has a little bit to do with my frame. I'm not that tall. The longer legs help. Andrew's a little taller. So I think it's super impressive he's able to do that. I think he's just an athlete. Like he's just a super athletic kid. And I kind of forgot your question.
I would say like, all right, he's able to do it because of the athleticism and whatnot. You chalk it up to mainly just if you were 4 or 5 inches taller, maybe you could be that much better of a punter.
Maybe I could. But yeah, I've always tried to specialize. Kickoff and field goal has been my thing. Those two swings are the most similar, so I've always tried to just specialize on those two and become the best I can there because I know I don't have the physical advantages to be an NFL level punter. So there's just no really reason in me going for that. You know what I mean? But when you get a guy like him who can, like, why would you not? He's competing for all three right now.
Yeah.
Good for him. Like, I wish I could do that.
In the spring, you talked about the importance of having that continuity from snapper to holder to you. Tom not being here, how does that impact that? Is that difficult void to fill potentially?
I mean, we brought in 2 really good holders. So, I mean, yeah, if it would be an issue if we hadn't brought in guys who can hold, but both the punters, even Ross James, the young kid, he can hold. Adam Berry can hold. He's done it for 4 years at Temple. He's old as crap now. He's the new old man in the group. He beat out Carson for that. I guess Carson's old too, but anyway, Carson and Adam have been awesome together. Even like we've only been together for 3 weeks now, and I think we're super locked in. And we've got 2 or 3 more weeks just to keep doing it every single day. And yeah, we're super solid. I don't think that'll be an issue at all.
So it's the punters are still working as holders. That's
yeah,
still for it. Okay.
And I think the reason for that is like we spend so much time together. Like we go out on the field by ourselves, like and have an hour to ourselves. So like we have an hour every day to work our operation. And like I've talked about in the past, like being best friends. Like I was close to Tom and Karsten. Like it was just I just trusted those guys off the field too. So it was like it was easy. But I'm already quickly developing that relationship with Adam, and like I said earlier, playing Fall Guys together. You know, we learn to trust each other on every level possible. Like, as serious as I can be, like, it really does. We really do learn so much about each other and get so comfortable with each other. Like, having a guy who's done it for 4 years, and he likes to pull up this clip of him catching a one-handed field goal last year, putting it down in his kick at Temple. You guys can look it up, but he shows it to me every day. Like, man, I got you, and I'm like, thank you. So he'll be super solid.
Oh, we're watching obviously with some of the squib kicks and onside and all this.
Oh, those are
stuff
fun.
early, yeah.
Those are fun.
But
It's my favorite part of practice right
between
there.
Saturday and a week from Saturday, when it's open scrimmage, who are the kickoff returners who you want to avoid most? Who are the guys you like? I will do everything to avoid the ball going to this guy.
I've never really thought about that. I'm supposed to just kick it in the end zone.
Well, yeah. If they return, if it's not in the fifth row, who are the returners who are the most dynamic right now?
I don't even know if I can answer that question. They're all way more athletic than I am. So I'm super impressed with every one of those guys. I think one of the things we've really worked on the most is, like, Coach Lork talks about, like I said earlier, owning the ball and, like, who's gonna catch the ball every single time. So maybe not the guy who's most dynamic, but, like, we want to focus on, like, maintaining possession of the football. So personally, I'd be scared of, like, the biggest guy. Like, if Noah Sewell was running at me, like, I would not want to see that. You know what I mean? But like, maybe I could tackle some of the smaller guys. They're probably too quick to get around me.
You do not want the wedge.
No. I don't want to mess with that at all. So no, I don't know. They're all crazy athletic. It's not. That's a really great competition, and I think that guys will probably be mixing it out all season because that's just how it works. That's just the nature of it.
You guys brought in 3 new guys with the same initials, first name A, last name B.
Yeah.
How long did it take for you to get used to that? Learn everybody's name.
AB. You know, it's actually kind of funny with, like, charting sometimes because, like, we have, like, initials like CL, like, we'll write on certain locations. So one's A, one's a B. Like, I feel like I don't fit in, man. Like, CL, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't belong here right now. But we actually noticed that, like, one of the first days, like, we were on the field together. Someone said, like, oh, we got a whole bunch of ABs in the group. Andrew Boyle, Alex Bales, like Adam Berry. It was kind of weird. I think also last names B's. Basso. Is that it? Is there another B? Battles. So we have 5 B last names. Yeah. I don't know if that matters to any of you, but we thought it was kind of cool.
It would surprise you how much it does.
Yeah.
matter to them.
Yeah.
He asked
really
basically.
surprising.
I don't know if that was like a thought when I was recruiting, but I don't fit it in, so I'm one of the outliers, unfortunately. It is what it is. I'll live.